I was warned multiple times by people that I trust, by people I respect, by people who already lost their disposable income. They said, Caveman, don't do it. Caveman, it's a rabbit hole. Once you buy one Joy Toy Warhammer figure, it's already too late. So anyway, I bought one. I told myself, it's just one. Just a little 1/18th scale guy. Just a tiny little space marine. Just something to stand on the shelf and look cool. I wasn't collecting Warhammer. I was just appreciating it. That's what addicts say. It didn't start out with a purchase. It didn't even start with a plan. It started out the same way all bad financial decisions start. Scrolling. At first it was just photos. You know, the ones, perfect lighting, perfect poses, dusty battlefields, smoke effects, tiny soldiers photographed like they were starring in a $200 million sci-fi movie. And I'm thinking, wow, that looks cool. Not, I need this cool, just appreciative cool. Then the algorithm noticed. Suddenly my feed is like, oh, you like one Warhammer photo? Well, here's 20 more. Different factions, different colors, different guys pointing guns at things heroically. And now I'm zooming in like, hold up, is that 1/18th? Why does that look better than most 1/12th stuff? Why does the plastic man have more personality than half my shelf? At this point, I'm still innocent, still telling myself, I just like the photography. I'm supporting the community. I'm here for the art. Meanwhile, my brain is already saying, I could shoot this. I have lights. I have smoke. I could absolutely justify one figure. And that's when it clicked. This wasn't inspiration. This was seduction by toy photography. Because once you see the photos, you don't see the toys anymore. You see scenes. You see armies. You see shelves that need filling. And that, my friends, is how the Joy Toy Warhammer rabbit hole opened. So let's talk about what I bought. And before you judge me, I have reasons. Very logical, very adult, very irresponsible reasons. First off, I have a second Intercessor Ultramarine because one isn't enough. One's just a guy standing there. Two is a unit. Two is intentional. Two says, I'm not collecting, I'm building. That's called growth. Then I grabbed a Tyranids Hive Fleet Leviathan Termagant with a Fleshborer because every good photo needs a bad guy and every bad guy needs a reason to exist. You can't just have the Ultramarines posing heroically at nothing. That's weird. So I bought a bug. And just to be clear, he will be joined soon by another Termagant with a spike rifle because villains work better in pairs. This is called storytelling. Then I picked up the Ultramarines Infiltrators box of 4. Now listen, I didn't buy 4 figures. I bought tactical flexibility. These aren't duplicates, these are specialists. Each one of them does something different, even if I don't know what that is yet. But the box says Infiltrators on it, and that sounded important. Last but not least, I bought the Ultramarine Leviathan Dreadnought with Cyclonic lance and siege claws because apparently subtlety was no longer an option. This thing isn't a figure, it's a statement. You don't buy a Dreadnought by accident. You buy a Dreadnought when you're already accepted the fact that the shelf is now a battlefield. So yeah, that's what I bought. A squad, enemies, backup, and a walking war crime. These aren't impulse buys anymore. These are decisions, right? And these are the figures we'll be talking about as I continue my completely reasonable, totally controlled 1/18th Joy Toy Warhammer journey. All right, so here's my second Intercessor. Same figure, different life choices. Right out of the box, looks exactly like the first one. That's reassuring. Paint is clean, armor is solid, nothing loose, just like my reasoning. Helmet sculpt is sharp. Helmet has already seen more battle than my wallet. Chest details read great on camera. Joints are tight, unlike my budget. Weapons fit clean in the hand. He's very prepared for what's coming. And this, it's where it stops being a figure and starts being a unit. Out of the box looks great. This felt necessary at the time. Every story needs a bad guy, and the Ultramarines were starting to look heroic. So this showed up. Out of the box, he is intimidating, no clean armor, lots of sharp edges, just teeth and opinions. Face says, I'm here to ruin your photos. This is a Fleshborer. I don't know what that means, but I don't like it. Articulation is solid. He does not pose politely, and just like that, the shelf became a battlefield. He will be joined soon by one other, because villains don't travel alone. This one doesn't count, because this was technically a deal. 4 figures, 1 purchase. Individually, Way more expensive. So really, I saved money. Same queen, ultramarine paint, more pouches. These guys pose like they're doing something important. Now this looks intentional. Suddenly it's not a collection, it's a deployment, and that's why this was smart, financially. So I must have blacked out or something. I don't remember ordering this. This is not a figure, this is a presence. And at no point did I say, yeah, I should probably own a Dreadnought. Out of the box? Okay, that explains some things. This thing is massive. In 1/18th, paint is ridiculous. Like, unnecessarily good. This is the Cyclonic Melta Lance and Siege Claws. For problems that no longer exist afterward? I didn't ask questions. He doesn't pose. He arrives. And this is when I realized, I'm not building a shelf anymore. I'm building an army. This wasn't impulse buying. This was destiny. For this shot, I wanted it to feel like a moment just before everything goes wrong. The Leviathan Dreadnought is placed slightly elevated and centered, acting as an anchor for the scene. It's meant to feel massive and immovable, like it's already decided the outcome before the fight even starts. The Intercessor on the wedge is positioned higher and forward, giving him that Overwatch role, watching the battlefield, weapon ready, controlling the space below. The Infiltrators are staged in front, lower and closer to the ground, moving through the rubble. Their poses are tighter and more aggressive to sell motion and urgency, like they're advancing under pressure. I kept everything angled inward toward the center so the eye naturally flows from the Marines up to the Dreadnought and back through the scene. The red atmosphere is there to suggest danger and chaos, not a clean battlefield, but one that's already burning, while still letting that ultramarine blue punch through the fire. The goal was scale, tension, and the feeling that this isn't a pose, it's a moment. And this is why the rabbit hole was worth it. Because moments like this, it doesn't feel like toys anymore. They warned me about this. I should have listened. But I'm glad I didn't. This is the point of no return. I didn't fall into a rabbit hole. I built a battlefield. This is just the beginning. There will be more.